Central Bank of Kenya is using to sensitize Kenyans on how to check on the authenticity of the new generation notes inaugurated on the 1st of June. What do Kenyans make of the features on the new generation notes 3 months down the line? Reporter Elizabeth Maingi probes.
Capture the history and evolution of our great nation.
After the country gained its independence in 1963, it printed its very first notes in 1966 under the leadership of Duncan Ndegwa, who was then the governor of the Central Bank of Kenya. Over the years, the country has since introduced different notes. The 5, 10, 20, 50 and 100 shilling notes were introduced in 1966. The 200 shilling note was released in 1986. The 500 shilling note was introduced in 1988, with the biggest denomination note of 1,000 shillings being finally launched in 1994. Since then, the country's notes have changed severally, assuming different faces over time. Currency change is not a new concept in the African continent, as Ghana and Nigeria changed their currencies in 1982 and 1984 respectively. In an effort to curb corruption and money laundering, the government has now launched the new generation notes. With the new generation notes in circulation, Kenyans have now put into test the government's theories of feel, look, and tilt as they carry out transactions with the new notes. The visually impaired in society face many challenges when it comes to financial transactions, and perhaps the biggest worry is that people will con them since they cannot see the money they pay for items with and even the balance they receive. With the challenges of the visually impaired in mind, the government, while rolling out the new notes, announced that they will have unique bars on the edge of the notes to help them easily identify them. The bars the government refers to are existent, but not as tactile as the visually impaired had expected them to be. Their recommendations to the government is that they should include a special feature that is more tactile for them as they roll out the next batch of the notes. The challenge of identifying the authenticity of the notes is not encountered by the visually impaired only.
I think there's need for improvement when it comes to sensitization, when it comes to research, when it comes to implementation of things, for example, things that really touch on persons who are disabled, and now talking about persons who are visually impaired. Now they need to come to the ground, come to the grassroots and ask them, the people themselves, how can you feel this line here on this note?
Actually, I'll be able to tell, but with a lot of strain. So without necessarily going through that strain, if the new notes, because it is when they are being rolled down to the market, you see. So if that change can be done as early as now, so that they can even put a dot, I would rather suggest that if it can be like the Canadian dollar, where there is even a dot.
Boni Kioko, an M-Pesa agent who serves approximately 70 people in a day, confirms that if given a fake new generation note, he will not easily identify it.
Saizi ni ngumu juu bado hiyo fake sijajua venye wanaifake. Sijajua ni nini hawajaeka. Unajua hizo kitambo ungejua kama ni simba, kichwa ya simba unaona iko hivi, lakini bado sijajua wanaifekeaje.
Additionally, Peter Njoroge, a cobbler, says he has interacted with the new notes but confesses he has not seen the new generation 1,000 shilling note, which hinders him from easily identifying fake new generation notes.
Pesa zile mpya nimeona ile mingi kabisa ni ya Sultano. 500. Not currency. 1,000 sijaiona kwa jicho. Nimeionea tu kwa picha wakichora vile walianza kutangaza wataleta pesa mpya.
This poster, which is now found in majority of the business areas, has served as one of the key initiatives by the government to sensitize the public on the launch and the method of checking the authenticity of the new generation notes. However, it may now mean that the government still needs to put more efforts in sensitizing the citizens, considering that the old 1,000 shilling note will cease to be legal tender as of 30th September. It is now 3 months since the government rolled out the new generation notes. The big question, however, is whether Kenyans are able to tell the authenticity of these notes. Time will tell. Elizabeth Maingi, KUTV.